Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be making a very simple and interesting breakfast recipe called Spanish Omelette. So let's get down to it. First, you're going to be needing 4 large Irish potatoes, 3 large eggs, medium can do. You'll also be needing onions, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh tomatoes. This is very optional. I like the taste of fresh tomato in my Spanish omelette. That's why I'll be using it. Also, you'll be needing some fresh carrots, and feel free to add any other veggie of your choice. For the spices, we're going to be needing curry powder, salt, bouillon cubes, thyme, and smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is also very optional. I just fell in love with it recently. That's why I'm using it. Up next, we're going to be prepping our ingredients. So I will give us a little backstory on how I learned this recipe. I was in SS3 when my school was invited to a cooking competition on Children's Day, or was it Independence Day? And my food and nutrition teacher came up with this recipe and said this was what we're going to be presenting, and that was it. So now I'll be teaching us how to cut the Irish potato for this recipe. You don't just cut it normally. So it's either you use a knife, which you see I'm using now, and cut it very, very thinly. Like it has to be a very slim size. So you can see that this is very flat and translucent. You see, I can see the back of I can see my finger from the back of the potato. That's how slim your potato should be. But preferably, it's always good to go with this blade on this scraper thing. I don't know what it's called. It's a carrot peeler, but I always prefer this because knife takes a lot of my time. So you use it and just scrape, like you peel it with this stuff, and you see you're still getting that same translucence. This is faster and way better. So yeah. And that was how we went for that competition in my secondary school. And of course now, come on, we won. So this is my potato. I'm done scraping it, or should I say cutting it. Next, we're going to be cracking our large eggs. Please, if you don't have large eggs, feel free to use medium-sized eggs. And if you're going to be using smaller eggs, maybe you can use either 3 or 4 small eggs for this recipe. So you whisk. Please take note that I didn't add any ingredient or any spice to this egg mixture. Up next, we're lighting our stove so that we can fry our Irish potato. Adding the oil. So we're going to be frying this Irish potato on a medium high heat, and we're not going to fry it to be totally fried. You're just going to fry it halfway. It's going to be semi-fried. Okay, so it's going to be semi-fried, and that's how we're going to work with it. Just fry it for a couple of minutes. 3 minutes should be okay, and then you scoop it out. I did put it on a paper towel because I noticed that when you put it on a paper towel, it tends to stick to the paper towel and it's very difficult to take out. Up next, when you're done semi-frying your potato, you get it into a bowl. We're going to mix in all our ingredients. So some people like to fry this particular set of veggies, the onions, the pepper, the tomato, and the carrot, just for extra flavor, but I like mine fresh. I like to taste everything fresh, so I'm going to be adding it. But if you feel free to fry yours if that's what you prefer. Then I add my spices. Be careful with your salt. Remember that it's an egg dish and you don't want to over spice it with salt and bouillon cubes so that it's not too salty and it's not also undersalted. So just make sure you're putting the right ingredient, and then we mix everything together. Make sure the spices are well mixed with the veggies and the potato. Lastly, we're going to be adding our egg. So this egg is going to be like our setter. It's what is going to bind everything together and give us the results that we're looking for. So we just mix, and we're ready to put it on fire. So I missed the part where I poured it into the pan, but you're supposed to spread it into your pan and then just cover it. If you also notice, I changed my burner to the lowest, that's my smallest burner, and I put it on the last heat. So when it just cooks for about 5 minutes, you flip it. You can either use a plate or you use the cover of your pan. You flip it so that you can cook the top of it. But if you like the top of your Spanish omelette to be a bit moist, feel free not to flip it. And then once you turn it, you leave it say for 2-3 minutes so that it doesn't dry up so much. And this is our Spanish omelette. We're going to be cutting it with our pizza cutter. Feel free to eat it however you like, but this is how I like to eat mine. Give it that pizza feel, especially when you're more than one person, or you're like many of you are eating it. I feel like it just gives it a very good design, very good shape, and makes it more fun to eat. Remember, sometimes presentation is everything when it comes to food, and this is our beauty. Look how lovely and popping it is. Thank you for watching. Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching. Bye, foodie.